Hey y'all, Gen X Dad Advice here. Here's the thing. So when I was doing the winch cable, power cable for the winch, I was having issues trying to solder that wire. I'm thinking it was aluminum, which is annoying. Anyways, after that I figured, you know what, I can do a soldering video for you guys because I was formerly trained on how to solder 20 something years ago. So all that stuff you see in life hack videos, that's not how you solder. I'm gonna show you today how to correctly solder two pieces of wire together, and then I have some copper pipe. We're gonna do that. Too easy, right? So let's take a look at the setup here. Yes, I bought this soldering iron and a lot of this stuff just to do this with. So we have this device right here. This is called our third hand. Then has these little alligator clips. We're going to use this to hold the wire steady for us if you need it. It comes with a little magnifying glass you can have attached. There's the cheap soldering iron I bought to do this with. Wire, more wire. Yep, we're going to learn how to do two joints today. And then we have a piece of copper pipe, and we're going to learn how to do that today. So that's not the end all be all of soldering. There's a lot of other things, like it's used to put stained glass together. Brazing is a type of soldering. It's a lot higher temp, and instead of using like a lead tin combination or a lead tin alloy, you use a brass alloy. So anywho, we're just doing straight up lead tin alloy soldering today, which you can do. It's really easy. You get your soldering iron, set it up for, depending on the solder, up to about 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Anywho, let me get this set up and we'll get into it. Yes, I bought a mic. I bought a wired mic because I wasn't sure how well it would work on my phone. So there's that. All right, so let's get this going, shall we? First thing is, we have our soldering iron on. It's been on. We have to assume it's hot, but one way we can always check is we lick our fingers and then we dab it on this sponge here that you use to clean it. Don't ever touch the soldering iron. Use the sponge. If it sizzles, it's hot. So before we even try to get this going, one thing we always need to do, you can see that one's been exposed for a while. That one's kind of nasty, so we have to tin it before we do anything. All right, so please never mind that jump. We did have technical difficulties. We're gonna get there. Some of y'all are gonna absolutely hate the way I prep wire, but that's fine. Come find my strippers then. Yep, there goes the strand. Still better than using your teeth, which I've seen a lot of people do that. All right, so flex. And instead of using that crap that came with it, we're going to try some stuff that I have already. See if this works better. Oh, that's pretty. Flux. Oh, that's a lot gooder. All right. So, one way we can tell we have a good tin to our wires is you can still see the strands, but they're silverish instead of copper anymore. Now that did fan out a little bit, so we're just going to trim that. That's why we had all that extra anyways. The first thing we're going to do is, or the first joint we're going to do, is a basic hook joint. That's where we basically just form 2 hooks out of that tinned wire using a pair of pliers. Yes, I wish I had my smaller needle nose, but like I said, come find them. So we get these 2 hooks together, form them where it's a little bit tighter still. Now, if we tin this good, we should be able to put the solder to it, or the iron to it, and have it just pretty much hold. But we still want to add more, just to kind of fill it out and secure it. So we got that, a little bit of flux because we did touch it. If y'all can't see it on the side, constantly trying to clean this iron because it's going to help a lot. Get our heat transfer going, put it up there, it should almost instantly melt, and then we just add solder as needed. Pull our iron away. It only takes about a second for that to cool enough to be manipulated. And we have a good solder joint. So if this is real world, I was doing this for other people, I would slide a piece of shrink tubing on there, maybe 2 pieces, just like an extra layer to keep that protected. Shrink it down to it, make sure it's insulated, and we'd be good to go. Too easy, right? That's hook joint. Don't worry, none of this copper goes to waste. I scrap everything. It's gonna go to the scrapyard. So the next one we're gonna do is a lap joint. What the hell was that? Oh, that's what it was. So when we do lap joints, they just basically sit on top of each other like so. Again, we start with tinning our wires. Our heat transfer. You need to keep an eye on that because a lot of times that heat transfer will stick before anything else. It takes some time. We have to wait until the wire gets hot. So we can get that, how the solder follows the heat, but not today. There are times you'll see it, like if you start down here and it starts melting, you'll see it just flow with the heat down that wire. Get in there, stay in there. excuse me for a second. I know it's not the normal thing, but I have tendencies, so I need to calm down for a little bit on that. Again, flux. Get our heat transfer going. Yeah, there's a big glob. Give the wire a second to get hot. Let's see if we can get that to flow like I was talking about. You want to follow it? Your home is over here. No? A little bit, huh? Yeah, we ain't got time to sit and play with it all night. It's just a one-on-one video, right? Alright, so again, oh, that's hot. Yeah. We have good stranding still, but it's shiny. So this one's gonna be a little bit different because when we set up our third hand, we have to make sure these two stay in contact even through manipulating the iron and the flux on it, or the words, solder on it. Get our heat transfer going. A little touchy. I didn't flux those, so we're going to see how this turns out. Might have to stop and just do it. Here's the bad thing about doing things for class or cameras is you can't always see what you're doing because you're trying to make sure you're in a position where other people can see what you're doing. But there we go. That's a lap joint. Cool beans too easy, yeah? And that's how you properly solder wires together. So we understand what we do with the heat transfer. Gives more surface area to thermally conduct more heat to the wires. The wires have to get hot. The solder is going to melt to it. All that brushing it off or putting it on the iron and then sticking it to it, just keep doing that. That's not how we solder. Because if you don't get that wire hot, the solder's not going to stick. It's just that simple. So next up, we're going to learn how to do some copper pipe. All right, so yes, we're doing this inside. If y'all haven't noticed, this place is kind of in the middle of a remodel. I bought it that way. Before you say anything about, oh my God, he's using a torch inside, guess what the plumber would do, or is gonna do, when I have him come in and do work on this. Just like this. So, everything starts with being clean. This is a little pipe cleaner you buy specifically for this. So you brush down. The end that you're gonna attach your elbow to. Clean out the inside of it. Yeah, probably a little on the outside, won't hurt. Right there where the seam is. And then we flux everything. These little acid brushes like this was specifically meant for this task, by the way. You buy them, they're really cheap. You like 25 of them for like 10 bucks or something. Maybe even cheaper, I don't know. Haven't bought them in forever. Flux the inside of our joint. We get this on there. And this is gonna go pretty much the exact same way. The solder's gonna, or the flux is gonna cook out, and we're gonna apply solder. So what I'm gonna show you is the way the first guy I ever did any kind of construction work for showed me. He was a plumber, and we did this when redoing a water heater for somebody. Hopefully I don't torch my camera. Let me turn this around. Now I hope I don't torch my cord. So we just let the heat build. You see all that flux turn into like crazy liquid. See where to go. Make sure it gets all the way around. And that should be it. And that's how we sweat pipe. Crazy easy fun stuff. You'll like to see people like to have like a bead around that. You don't have to. Keep the heat back a little bit and the solder will flow into that joint. So, questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, you can leave them in the comments or email genxdevice@gmail.com. If you have something you'd like to see, shoot me a email or leave it in the comments. Okay, love you, bye.